The son of the Hulk is coming to the MCU. And yes, that is an actual thing from Marvel Comics. The Hulk has a son. Not Bruce Banner, the Hulk. And this is honestly kind of insane. But before I get into explaining who the character of Skaar, the son of Hulk, actually is, let's talk about where this news is actually coming from. So this news is a report, an exclusive report from thedirect.com, which actually is a very proven, reliable source lately. They haven't had too many scoops as of late, but the ones that they have had, I think have pretty much, for the most part, seemed to be true. So I definitely believe that this is something that's happening because this She-Hulk series is going to be bringing multiple Hulks to the MCU and basically will be a Hulk series and not just specifically She-Hulk, because we know we're getting Mark Ruffalo back as Bruce Banner Hulk. We're obviously having She-Hulk. There's rumors of Red Hulk showing up, and now Skaar. And the direct article doesn't actually share details on what kind of role Skaar will play in the series, but just that he will be appearing in the show, which is kind of crazy because, like I said, he is the son of the Hulk. And just imagine how crazy that's going to be if the Hulk has a son in the MCU. So, for those of you that don't know who Skaar is, let's go ahead and explain this. So, Skaar was born during the Planet Hulk storyline in the comics. That was when Hulk was sent off to an alternate planet, Skaar, where he was forced to fight all these gladiator battles. And we saw an adaptation of this storyline in Thor Ragnarok when Hulk was on Skaar fighting in the contest of champions for the Grand Master. And we know that in the MCU, so he left Earth in, I think it was 2015, during Avengers Age of Ultron, and then we didn't see him again until Thor Ragnarok, which was a couple years later. But also, time works differently on Skaar. So who knows how long he was actually over there on Skaar. And who knows what he was doing in his free time, because sounds like he could have been making babies. Sounds like the Hulk may have had a son during his time on Skaar, which is just kind of honestly crazy and insane, but again, totally possible because who knows what he was up to in all those years there on Skaar. But if this report is true and Skaar does actually appear in the She-Hulk Disney Plus series, that means that Skaar would actually eventually make his way to Earth, and most likely he would be an adult at that stage. Well, you may be saying, like, how would he be an adult if he was just born? It's not like the Hulk just 20 years passed by. Well, again, time not only works differently on Skaar, but also you have to take into account the time jump that we've had, because this would have been back in 2017 when Thor Ragnarok took place. Or actually, I don't know if that's when the movie actually took place, but that's when the movie came out. And then we have that 5-year time jump from Avengers Endgame. So with the way time works on Skaar, also think back to how in Thor Ragnarok, when Loki went to Skaar, and then when Thor showed up, Loki had already been there for a couple weeks, when they literally went through the same wormhole, and Thor only arrived just a couple minutes later. So time works very differently on Skaar. So what could have been just 5 years during that Avengers Endgame time jump for the rest of the world could have been 15, 20 years on Skaar, which is kind of crazy. So that would allow for the time jump for Skaar to age up, and also explains because Skaar in the comics is just really this kind of crazy, mindless warrior beast that just loves to destroy and, well, smash. So that would explain if he was raised and if he grew up in this environment with the Contest of Champions, always fighting these battles. And it would be really interesting to see what life would be like for him on Earth, now not having to deal with that, and also explaining how he actually gets to Earth. But that's what makes me think that maybe that he won't be the son of the Hulk in the MCU, because they could do something similar to what they did with the character on Hulk and the Agents of Smash, where he was just another Hulk from another planet that kind of just showed up. I think that make more sense because the series of She-Hulk is just half-hour episodes, and it's a She-Hulk series, so I don't know if they're going to have time to really explore and explain everything that went on here with Skaar. So I feel like that's more likely the route they're going to go instead of saying that the Hulk had a child. But then again, Who knows what he was doing in that time over on Skaar? It's totally possible. We really don't know for sure. But anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. Do you think we will see Skaar in the She-Hulk Disney Plus series? And do you think he will be the son of the Hulk in the MCU? So anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video and hit the subscribe button so I can keep up to date on everything that goes on in the Marvel life.